is the Glass Cannon Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Get in the Trunk. Another episode of Season 4 coming at you live right now. Thanks to everybody tuning in live, getting ready to see this absolute insanity that is going to break through tonight. I think, without getting too deep into it, I described the last episode to my mother-in-law, who I was speaking with about it, who was very interested. I'm sure. I basically said, you know, when you watch an investigation show, an investigation thriller, and there's that episode where the big break comes in the case? Well, the big break came last week, and now who is to know where the players will take it next? So you're in for a treat tonight. I'm excited. I'm always excited. I am tired. I'm still in Oklahoma. It's been a hell of a trip. I'm leaving soon. I am doing one more week of Get in the Trunk here, but then I'll be gone. The main reason we came out here was actually my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. So congratulations to Monty, who some of you may know from Androids and Aliens fame. He gave me a die once. It rolled a natural 20 at a big time. Yeah, we go way back. It was a fun time. And I'm happy I made the trip. Skid, I see you're still in Tennessee.
Still in Tennessee.
And we were talking pre-show that Sydney is off very soon to Europe.
Yes.
Have you been to Europe before?
I've never been to Europe before. Actually, yeah, I know. It's shocking.
Wow. It's
I'm really
a fun
excited.
Continent. It is a fun continent.
There's a lot
of history.
going on.
History.
A lot of different places.
Yeah, a lot of people that live there.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Gonna have a ball.
It's true. I read that.
I'm not doing the backpacking around, traveling country to country thing, which I do actually plan to do in 2023. We have a wedding to go to in Greece, and we're going to use the opportunity to make a big trip out of it. But I'm going specifically.
Noted. We will kill off Vicki before season 5, so that we don't have to deal with this bullshit of trying to get you scheduled.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
As you backpack through Europe.
Taking a much needed break. No, but I completely forgot to tell you guys, but I'm going on this trip that I'm leaving for in August to Sweden to see Ellie. Because Ellie is there with her husband and her baby, visiting her family. They don't get to see each other often, so she's there for 3 months. And before she left, she was like, just come visit. I'm going to be gone for so long. I'm going to miss you. And I'm like, yeah, that's what people say. Oh, I'm from this country. Come visit. Free place to stay.
Right. People have said that to me many times, and I've never
really
taken anybody up on it.
She really pushed it. She was like, are you coming to visit? And you guys know how Ellie is. And I was like, I can't tell if you're joking. I will come if you want me to. But she planned this whole thing. We're going to where she lives, and I'm staying with her family. But we're going to a place called Gotland, which is a small island where it is an intact medieval town, very famous. And they hold basically the Renaissance fair on crack every year in the summer. And everybody dresses up, and it's this huge medieval festival. So we're going to that, and we're flying out to this island, and we're camping on the island, and we're dressing up. It's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like the colonial Williamsburg of Scandinavia.
And I won't know anything that anyone is saying because it's all going to be in Swedish.
Yeah.
So it'll be great.
That's awesome.
Is this your first? Well, it's your first time in Europe. Is this the farthest you will have ever traveled?
No. Oddly enough, I studied abroad in Argentina, which is pretty far south.
Badass.
And I've been
That's the Europe of South America.
Honestly, you're not wrong, Skid.
No, right?
When I got there, I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, everybody looks like me. And maybe I was ignorant, but everyone in Argentina either is an indigenous person or they are a white European who came over. I mean, it was colonized by the Spanish, but many Europeans just moved to Argentina in general. But Argentina, And I've been to Japan and China. So I've been further. Sweden's
Holy shit. Okay.
Sweden's like a 6-hour flight. It's
like child's play for you.
Yeah, it's like going to California. It's nothing. I mean, Francis, Hawaii is further.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a long flight, but 6
Have you
hours.
gone-
That's pretty.
Francis, you're out in Hawaii, but have you gone overseas? Are you like a world traveler?
Oh yeah, I did most of my traveling in my youth. I got family in East Africa, so I've been since I was a kid going out to Kenya and Tanzania since I was like 8, and those trips are long because you got to connect usually in somewhere in Europe and then fly down to Africa. So yeah, it's I've been around.
Didn't you go to boarding school in like Switzerland or something?
I did. Yeah, that happened.
What?
That happened.
I didn't know that. I forgot it.
Yeah, it was.
Prince lived in Peru. Prince been all over the place.
Yeah, it was. The boarding school thing was a disciplinary thing, but don't worry about that. It's a long story. It's a story for another time.
The Swiss, known for their discipline.
How could I get in that kind of trouble? I want to get in trouble.
Seriously, what do I need to do?
We're sending you to a Swiss boarding school, young man.
Some things got out of hand back in the day, but you
Hard to
know,
picture.
I was a juvenile, so there's no record. There's no record. But no, it was a good time. I had I've been lucky. I've been real lucky. I got to travel around a lot. So, yeah.
Is there any place that you've been that you'd like to go back to to live again? Or are you like, I think I'm going to live in the US, or would you ever want to live in any of these places for any extended amount of time?
You know, I mean, this sounds crazy, but I always thought if I could live in New York, like without having to worry about, the cost of a nice apartment, I would totally live
And chuds.
Yeah,
That's the two major worries about living in New York is the rent is so
Totally.
high and the chuds.
The
If you
chuds.
don't have to
you
worry
guys
about
gotta-
either of
you
those
guys
two
do-
things, it'd be heaven.
What's the chuds?
chuds? Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. How long have you lived in New
They've
York
been a
City?
problem.
Oh.
They've been a
Right.
problem since the 80s.
Yeah, you don't
been a
have to
real
deal with
problem.
that in Hawaii. They can't go underground. There's too much
Right,
lava.
there's no connecting tunnels.
Yeah, no chuds here.
No chuds
One of the main reasons. One of the main reasons I moved. Yeah,
Troy,
as soon as
I
you guys
know.
get rid of that chud.
Troy, I know if you had it your way, you'd never leave your home. But you've gone to some beautiful places. You went to Banff, which not
Banff.
exactly overseas, but that's
been to
Canada,
Europe.
right? Banff.
Banff is Alberta. Just
It's also
north
the
of
noise that
Calgary.
Nightcrawler makes when he teleports.
Yes.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, no, Banff is beautiful. I would go back in a heartbeat. The first time I ever flew was to go to France and Italy when I was like 18. I didn't fly till I was 18.
Who'd you do that
France
with?
and Italy. All my theater friends in high school. Rob Kirkovich and I went to France and Italy.
Nice.
A bunch of those friends and our theater director, this amazing brother, so a Zavarian brother Ron. And I went there, and I've been to Poland. I did some theater in Poland, and then I got stranded in Europe for like a week.
remember that. I
With
remember
no
that.
money. It was so
Poland
bad.
story.
We could have a 3-hour podcast just about how I got home from Europe.
Wait, you got
Weren't you like
what'd you get?
sleeping on
Did
a
you
park
get
bench in Poland and had like Polish police
No, in
like kick you
Amsterdam.
awake?
Well, yeah, in Krakow I was in rough shape, but then I got to Amsterdam and I had to survive in Amsterdam with like $3 in my pocket for 48 hours. So that
Did you
was
get
tough.
robbed?
No, it's such a long story. I honestly would take 3 hours to tell this story, but it was that experience where I was like, I'm done. I've seen it. I've seen Europe. I have no interest in like sitting on a fucking plane to go out there. Nobody, I'm here. I'm very happy here. I don't need to go back.
You sound exactly like my dad. Like exactly word for word. I'm here. I'm good here. I don't need to sit on a plane just to be there.
If I want to see Italy again, I'll watch a Fellini movie. Same thing. Better.
Did you like any of the countries that you went to in Europe over
they're all
any
great.
others? No, I mean, like, did you have a favorite?
No. No, they were all wonderful. I don't remember most of it. I was so young. But it's great. I'd rather just go to Fenway Park, honestly, than anywhere else in the world.
It's a way better place to watch baseball.
It really is.
It is.
And I can drive there.
In Krakow.
Krakow.
Baseball.
Never need to see it again. Like, I'm not like, I can't wait to get back to Krakow. You see it. That's it. Oh, the Eiffel Tower. Let me guess. Did they make it taller? No, it's the same fucking tower. Doesn't make it.
Is it leaning more?
Yeah.
Is it leaning more? Then I don't care.
It's like, all right.
I saw the angle. I'm fine.
What about you, Skid? Any foreign travels to speak of?
Yeah,
note?
I went to Europe with my mom and my sister in '92, and that was great. I was at school in England for a little while in '95. My sister she was dating someone from England, and so we went there to London a few times to visit, to hang out with him.
Where in England were you studying?
It's a little college, Trinity College. It's a small town called Oxford, outside of London.
Small town.
It's a little town.
Great little
for a
burg.
semester. So that was fun.
What were you doing there? Like, what were you studying?
I was studying Renaissance and medieval political theory.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was
you went for the
medieval
money on that
political
one.
theory? Just kill everyone that is opposed to your.
There was a lot of Machiavelli. When we went into like some Thomas Hobbes and Locke and all that stuff. City of God. Read a lot of reading. Did a lot of reading.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, so Skid,
sorry,
you
go
knew
ahead.
about Gotland though. Have you been to Gotland?
No, I'm jealous that you're going to Sweden and seeing Gotland too. That sounds awesome. I'm very jealous of that. Although I think I think we have tentative plans to go to New Zealand for a couple of weeks, probably sometime early next year.
Whoa,
So-
talk about a long flight. That's a long flight, right?
Yeah, that's a long. That's the once in a lifetime thing, because I
Yeah.
just don't want to be on that plane that long. But
Yeah.
that's the tentative plan also.
That'd be so cool.
I'd love to go there. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get back into it. I did a long recap last week, so I'll do a shorter recap this week, though there still are some pieces of evidence floating around out there that you guys had discussed. We discussed in the recap, but we didn't get around to it because there was a really big pivot last week, a pivot that hinged on Troy metagaming Francis's information he found out in another part of town and being like, wait a minute, Rosemary's baby. And suddenly Roger and Vicki start to hone in on this idea that no one even lives in this building. And it isn't just Abigail that's gone. Maybe everybody's gone. Agent Makeshift gets back and they decide they're going to go question one of the tenants. They're going to go upstairs, whoever lives above Abigail, and question that tenant if, indeed, they even live in the building. While this is happening, Neil is at an art gallery finding out that Abigail Wright was planning an entirely new showing. A companion piece to a turn-of-the-century play that she discovered at a bookshop in Alphabet City. And there was, and she never showed and never called, obviously, for reasons that Neil knows at least some of, at least a lot more than Santiago, the gallery curator and director there. The Santiago does, though, tell you that Abigail had left a few paintings that didn't sell. He managed to sell 2 of them. One of them, though, was still left behind. They couldn't sell it no matter how many people they showed it to. It would turn people off for reasons he couldn't explain. It was a scene of Washington Square Park in the summer. Crowded, packed, little clown, 5 figures in the background, huddled around a park bench. This disturbs Neil. However, he holds it together enough to buy the painting. purchases it, and walks out with it. Which I kind of forgot about as we were walking through your scenes, because what happened next is Neil grabbed an article, Vanity Fair, a copy of Vanity Fair, August 1995, to follow up on his friend Fran's article that she asked him to read. He suddenly discovers he recognizes the subject of the article, Michelle Van Fitz, a daughter of someone named Algernon Van Fitz, a presumed dead but long missing super rich dude that had started this gala event, this charity event supporting the arts. She says in this article, Fran wrote the article about Michelle Van Fitz and says Michelle Van Fitz, at the end of the discussion, pressed into her hand a little red book and said, check it out, it's very enlightening. To which Fran said, I think I'll wait for Miss Van Fitz's interpretation. This set off alarms in Neil's head. Neil, who, Skid, I've been thinking about this. I think Neil needs to know a little bit, at least, about the King in Yellow. I don't think that you can just do this without knowing of the existence of the play and suspecting that it could have something to do with this, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you too, in this universe that we live in, is the book The King in Yellow, is that a thing? Or is there just the play? Or does the book exist and everyone would still believe that the play that it writes about is fictional? You know what I mean? All that Neil knows is, if we're going to give him this knowledge for free, that this basically what this is, then you would know of it as a play, not as a book. And it would be something that is, had been performed in the past in this world, and had been had a buzz about it, throughout the arts, that it drove people mad or something like that. Right. But a lot of it is rumors and silly, right? Like, it would have to be pretty obscure, though, too.
It would have to be very obscure, because it would not have happened since the 20s or 30s. That like the play ever even went up, or people even talked about it or knew about it. Yeah. So in order for you to make this choice that this is a dangerous thing, I'm just saying he's got to know about it. Otherwise it's coming out of nowhere. So you disembark from the subway train to change direction. And the one thing I forgot is, like, you're still holding this whole canvas, this big old canvas. So let's keep that in mind. And then a quick recap back as the other three knocked on the apartment door. There was someone home, a young man in his late 20s named Lewis Post, who identifies himself as an illustrator. Place is a total dump, trash everywhere, food in the fridge all expired. Vicki Ricci gets him to go into a back room to show her his art, the illustrations he's currently been working on, and he's been working on these charcoal sketchings of a man, and the man keeps repeating over and over. And in one in particular, which I was so in the moment with you, Sydney, we were having so much fun, that I forgot to actually show you what one of these things looked like.
Yeah.
I'll throw it up on the evidence board here. I said that there was a picture of a man, kind of old school dress, just looking right at you, it seemed. I'll drop it here on the board.
Oh no, this is going to scare me.
So yeah, this is going to scare me. It's not too bad. It just looks like the portrait of a man. And that is what you saw. But you also saw additional pieces where he was also pictured with children. Sometimes one child, sometimes four children, sometimes two, different ages, but really none older than 8, boys, girls.
Darabandi is an anagram for Broad Alban, I think.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
yeah.
For the hotel?
But there's no L, though.
What?
But everything else, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll give you a picture of another one if you want to go to Roll20. We can just take a peek at another thing Lewis Post was working on. This one might... Hold on, it's taking a second. There you go.
Oh, that's creepy.
There you go.
Why don't the kids have eyes?
What? They don't have eyes.
Are their eyes closed? What's wrong with their eyes?
What's wrong with his face?
This is horrifying.
This is another reason why you rolled a sanity check here. It was a very disturbing scene. Additionally, maybe less disturbing, maybe more disturbing. I want to drop for you an image of Lewis Post, the young man that you were speaking to. This went up on air, but I forgot to show it to you guys on Roll20. That's him.
Oh.
Yeah. Kill it.
Why didn't we shoot him on sight? That monster.
God.
Yeah.
He
Just looks like a regular guy.
Yeah, he looks very normal.
He just looks like a regular guy.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right, so you're starting to get a picture here, a little bit of a better picture of what was going on in that apartment, but where we left it was you guys, both Vicki and Roger, realizing that all of the expired food in the refrigerator has all of the physical traits of completely fine food. It is not rotting. It doesn't smell. It all looks totally fresh, and you can see that these dates are all et cetera, which, definitely throws you for a loop. And both of you take sanity damage. Roger takes 1 point. Vicki critically fails, takes 2 points, and everyone starts losing it. Roger's screaming about losing his tooth. He put ketchup all over his hand, and he's going, I put it in milk. And he shatters his glass on the floor. What's with this old milk? Francis, Bobby steps up and says, okay, let's get out of here. Sorry, sir, we'll leave you be. And right before they walk out, Roger grabs Lewis and just says, what happened in March? What happened? And as Lewis goes back through his memory, he says, that is when I first learned about the play, or I was given the play or the book, and was he said, what's it called? He says, The King in Yellow. And that's when he first started seeing Darabandi and started painting Darabandi. And then he wanted to emphasize the genius of this architect, Darabandi, who built the building, as he looks up. And we cut it from there. Well, let's pick up with Neil, because it's been so long. Neil, on the subway platform, we could... I'm going to transition to something a little bit more upbeat here in terms of intensity, because I kind of think that you're scared and you're moving like quickly here. What is your plan?
I'm thinking what I want to do is... I want to go to the Vanity Fair offices. Fran presumably is at work there. I want to talk to her about this article, what she knows about the Van Fitzes. And I think, honestly, my plan right now, that I was just kind of came up with right now, I think I want to pretend that I'm thinking about doing a documentary about her father. So I want her to put me in touch with Michelle Van Fitz so that I can talk to her directly.
Interesting. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I'm cooking.
I'm so, like, as a GM, I'm just like, if someone throws an idea like that at me, it's like, oh, fuck. All right.
It's great. I'm picturing myself like stirring up the eggs to make the omelet. I'm like, all right, what's going to go in here? How are we going to? So first step is you're going to go to Vanity Fair. So let's say Vanity Fair, I'm not sure, but let's say it's in the Condé Nast building. I don't know if that existed in 1995, but it was probably in the Condé Nast building.
Yeah.
But we're saying we're going to Times Square. So it's not too far of a ride. You got this wrapped canvas. You go to Times Square and arrive at this skyscraper outside. Walk in, huge kind of gaudy lobby of this whatever 50, 60-story building. You walk in and need to get yourself a guest pass to go up to Vanity Fair. So you come up to the desk. The guy's just standing there. Can I help you?
Hi, yeah. And I have a prop this week.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
prop cigarette.
Oh,
Hey.
yay!
So he's already smoking.
We should all just start doing smoking.
I was going to say, yeah, that's too. I love the idea of you. All right, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I have more prop cigarettes if you guys want them.
Coming over.
It actually looks really good. It looks like a real
It is. It's like it's got the little reflective surface and
love
for the
it.
embers.
Oh my God, you've got
Like-
that. That's amazing.
It looks great. I'll send you an Amazon.
Oh God.
And he's like shaking. He's like Martin Short's lawyer character on SNL. He's just like, oh yeah, hi. I'm here to see Fran at Vanity Fair.
The guy's like, okay, picks up his cigarette from his ashtray. Because every single person inside every room in 1995 just smoked cigarettes at each other
Just
constantly.
all smoking.
Yeah.
Clackety, clackety, clack. Clackety, clackety, clack. Comes up. Sees the name. It's like, okay, prints you a pass. This little thing comes out, and he hands it to you. And you head up the elevator to Vanity Fair. You get up. Woo, doors open up to a yet another gaudy lobby. You walk up, and there's a reception desk. A young woman sits behind it. Dark-skinned, very dark hair. She appears to be of Indian descent. And she's pristine. Just, makeup, bam, headset. And she's just sitting there as you walk up. And she's not looking at you.
Hey, hi. He's managed to compose himself a little bit more. He's still got the painting under his arm, covered up in brown paper. It's like, hi, I'm here to see. I've probably been here before, right? Like Fran's my best friend.
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, Shanandra.
Hello, Dr. Bachman.
Hi, is Fran here? I got something to talk to her about. If she's available.
I don't believe so. Let me check. Hold, please. She types something into her phone. She goes off to the side. I've got Dr. Bachman here for Fran.
It's just Neil.
Neil.
Just
Sorry. Neil for Fran. Yes, okay. She hangs up. I'm sorry, she's not here today. She's been sent on assignment.
Assignment. Where?
I don't know, Dr. Bachman. I apologize.
Neil.
Neil, so sorry.
Okay. Can I talk to? All right. I want to think of someone that I know, like in her department.
She clicks. She picks up the phone. Vanity Fair. Hold, please. Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess she's not around. My loss. Her loss as well. I have to use the bathroom. Could you give me the key?
I can buzz you in over here.
Okay. Thank you.
You know the door.
And I go in and I make my way over towards her section. I want to find someone that she works with.
Okay. So you start walking through the halls of Vanity Fair, 1995. Every single
1995.
person is smoking a cigarette.
I think I'm mechanical typewriters.
It looks like a casino, just like haze of smoke on top of all the cubicles. You get
It's
toward
1945.
You get toward the back and toward, where Fran's desk is. You've been here many times before. She's a very good friend of yours. You see her desk is empty. She's like an assistant writer and editor, and you know that her boss, Mary, sits near her in a glass encased office with a redonkulous view of Manhattan to the south. Going down Empire State Building is just like bam, like right there as it heads down toward Lower Manhattan.
Okay.
And you can see that she is in her office, and her door is closed, but it's a full glass door, and she's on a headset, and she's on a call, and she's just leaning back, gesticulating wildly.
Okay, so he like knocks on the glass door with one of his turquoise silver rings. It's like ding, 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 ding.
She looks over, just gives you the like, what do you need?
He like points at the painting under his arm,
and she gives you the 1 minute, wraps up her call, and then waves you in.
Okay, come in. Hey, Mary. Hey.
Hello, Neil.
Hi. Listen. Well, first, I have some terrible news.
What's that?
The Condé Nast building didn't start construction until 1996, so I don't know where we are.
And everything starts to collapse. Like buildings falling in Inception. Like the floors just start ripping out from underneath everyone as Neil's reality begins to take over New York City.
Impossible landscapes, no! So I don't know where we are. We're probably somewhere in the neighborhood, an older, nastier building.
Okay. An older, nastier building. All right, not as great a view outside, we'll say.
Hey, Mary,
Our view is straight east to Newark. It's just Jersey City.
Mary, I'm so sorry. I don't want to bother you. I know how busy you are. I am looking for Fran. I don't know where she is. I have this gift for her. I got her this painting, and I don't know where she is. Can you tell me?
She's on assignment. She's been sent out. She went to Providence this morning. I'm so sorry, Neil. You could leave it here or take it back if you want. You can leave it in my office. She can have it when she gets back. She should be back in a day or two.
No, it has a story that goes along with it, so I really should give it to her in person. Providence, you say?
Providence, yes. Just a couple days. She was following up on a story, the Williams estate. Don't want to bore you with the details.
Of H.P. Lovecraft, Providence, Rhode Island. Okay. All right. Thanks for the lead. I've got. You don't happen to know where she's staying?
I do actually. Let me. Christopher. Talks to her assistant sitting outside the door. Can you give Neil the hotel where we put Fran up? Thank you so much. And he gets you a number of a hotel in Providence.
Okay. This is great. Thanks, Chris. Sorry to bother you, Mary. Great article, by the way, about the Fan Fitzes. Loved it.
Thank you, Neil. Goodbye.
Bye. And he gets the number. He's still like sweating again, like his upper lip, and he hustles on out of there. So I think at this point, he might go home to drop this thing off and to try to get in touch with Fran.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave you as you go home, and now we'll return to Lewis Post's apartment. I don't know how you guys want to move forward with this, if you want more time in this scene, or if you want me to cut to you literally closing the door, leaving Lewis Post's apartment. You guys tell me. Is there more to be done here?
I feel like we were already about Messiah was ready to like tear him apart. We were like pulling him off him. So
yeah,
like we kind of. I feel like
we gotta go.
Before we went live, I suggested we cut him up into pieces and put it in a garbage bag.
I didn't hear that.
Dispose of him in the garbage bag.
We said, how are we going to deal with the mess we're in? And Troy said, decapitate him and then cut him up.
And dismember.
Well, did you change your mind when you looked at his picture? Look at that sweet boy.
Now I want to do it even more. Well, this is the tricky thing, because there's not, obviously this guy is a problem, but we can't go to the police about this. But we can't kill him, because odds are there's a Looney Tune like this in every single apartment in this building. So we have to burn the building down.
Well, we have to come back at night and discover where Abigail Wright is and about Derrybody. What's his name? Derrybody?
Darabandi. I wish Roger was smart enough to realize this anagram here, but let's not forget this. This is a legit anagram. Like there's one letter that's off, but it's too convenient to not be something to file away in the players' minds. But Roger's not smart enough to figure this out. So yeah, I guess we come back, but we got to come back and see what he's doing and what other people might be doing, because maybe we need them in order to go to this next place, this other world.
We also we never got a chance to go to City Hall and look at the plans for the building, because that was something that or at least when Bobby was leaving the management company, there was mention of the weirdness of the building. So,
but also, I mean, my thought is it used to be a hotel because Bondi is old, and perhaps they tore the hotel down, but it's not gone, and there's still ghost hotel, and people can go up to these upper floors that don't exist,
or it hasn't been built yet.
Right,
the fucking future. But Bondi is old, but perhaps he's a time traveling who knows what. Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hey, I really appreciate all this, and you guys are doing great work. But could we get a scene cooking here? Can we do this in character?
I
Where is
prefer
this discussion happening? You got some introductory things out there. That's fine. What are your characters doing? Are you in the hallway right now?
Vicky leaves the apartment.
Yeah. We all
I
step
stay
out of the
inside
hallway.
the apartment, and I slowly watch him as I'm closing the door.
He slowly gets down and begins wiping up milk. And as you just are about to close the door, he turns and smiles at you.
Oh, God. Does he really?
Oh, God. Does he really? At who? At Messiah?
Right at Cumstone. Looks right in his eyes.
Oh, God. Right in his glasses, right in his shades.
I say, yeah, you clean that milk.
This is gonna be a fun scene. This is gonna be a fun little scene here.
Shut the door. Okay.
Vicky's sweating in the hallway, and she's like, she takes off her jacket. She had on a blazer. She takes off her jacket, and she's like fanning her armpits, and she's just like, what the fuck were you doing in there at Cumstone?
That guy had milk from 6 months ago, eggs from 6 months ago. I didn't check the mustard, but I have a good suspicion that it is also 6 months old.
You have to keep your cool, because if you lose it, you're making me lose it. You're making me nervous, and I don't know what you're doing, and I can't deal with someone who isn't following regulation and following the fucking law.
You need to control your emotions.
Excuse me?
Hey, guys. Let's take it down a notch. Let's get a handle on things here. We need to calm down, and we need to figure out what we're going to do next here. Now, he's talking about a hotel at night. We need to figure out what's going on with this building. I think we need to go down to City Hall and take a look at these plans and see what it is that makes this building so weird.
Agreed.
What do you think?
Also, I buddied up to him when he was showing me his paintings, which, by the way, were really, really weird. They were like dark tunnels, and this guy's face, Bondi, the guy that he was talking about, who looked old, like faded picture. And I'm thinking maybe this guy built the hotel originally, but he also had these kids with him, and the kids looked like they were dead or something. I mean, you didn't see what I saw, but it was, something is absolutely wrong. And I don't know if these people have mental psycho. What time is it? And then she checks her watch.
It's 2:40 p.m.
Fuck! I will page you when I need you. Don't page me, to Cumstone. And then she turns to Makeshift. You can page me. And she leaves.
Oh, crap. Okay.
So she goes storming out, and we're left with Bobby and Cumstone in the hallway.
You want to get a drink?
Yes. 100% yes. And then we got to go down to City Hall and take a look at the plans for this building.
And get married.
We need to chat. What part of town are we in?
You're in Kips Bay, East 32nd Street. So let's just say we'll end the scene there, and you guys head out to go have a drink, and we'll focus in on Vicki Ricci. Vicki, what's the rush?
Vicki is about to be late to her meeting with Christopher in Washington Square Park.
Yes.
Oh.
So she hails a cab and heads to Washington Square Park, to the area they used to play chess near the fountain.
Okay. You get to Washington Square Park 3:00 on Thursday, and Christopher's not there where you expect him to be. You arrive, and let's see. Just gonna see how that cab ride was. I rolled a 100, so you are very late.
Oh no!
Just a miserable
be a good
cab
thing.
ride over there.
Terrible traffic.
What's going through your head as you are in a cab that the air conditioner is broken, the windows are open, it's New York City, and you can't budge as you're just trying to get across town. It's
the worst.
97 degrees. And you've just come off this sanity loss. What's going through her head? Oh, by the way, I never gave either of you the opportunity to project your sanity loss. So we can do that if you want, or you can take that sanity loss. It's up to you.
She projected hers on me.
That's kind of true.
I didn't like it.
I'll start with you, Vicki. Vicki, would you like to project your sanity loss, or do you want to take it?
No, she didn't lose that much. I mean, she could potentially project it on Christopher if she talks to him, but I don't think that's her MO. I think she took the sanity loss and she's trying to calm down now.
Okay. What about Roger?
I'll take it.
Okay. So Vicki what's going through her head as she's in this cab on the way over?
I think she's fanning herself, with papers from her briefcase, from her file folders, and running through the conversation that she had with Lewis, trying to piece together the very weird things that he was saying, like only at night, going upstairs, the hotel, and I saw it in my dreams, and the look on his face, and trying to figure out what has a hold on him, because she's very into the human, so she's psychologically trying to figure out what makes a person, let all the food go expired in their fridge, not pay their rent, lose their whole being surrounding this made up thing of this man and this upstairs stuff, trying to piece that together. And as she's fanning herself, she realizes the top sheet that she's fanning herself with is the note that Christopher sent in the package that says, "To my queen, apologizing, meet at Washington Square Park." And she looks at it again, and now she's getting nervous because now her sanity loss and everything, now she's like, is this a setup? What's up with Christopher? Because Christopher is FBI. And she's now worried that she's blurring the line too much. She doesn't want to bring Christopher into this at all because she can't. But also, she's wondering if, what if they got to him? She's getting paranoid a little bit. So that's what she's thinking about on the ride over. And she's fucking pissed. Now she's getting angry too. And she's like, I should have just done the lawyer meeting. Why did we say Washington Square Park? It's so far downtown. He knows where I work. And just going through all, and she's getting mad at Christopher, even though it's not his fault.
Well, you show up late, very late, because of the traffic and everything. And he's still not there, which doesn't make any sense. But after a few minutes, he comes rushing up. Oh, so sorry I'm late. I'm so sorry. And he's just sweating bullets. And it's just were you waiting long? I apologize. I'm so sorry. And he comes up to give you a hug and just gives you a hug. And do you hug him back?
Yeah, I think she's relieved that he showed up. But I think she does a stiff hug. She's why were you late? She's Something's weird.
Nah, I just thought it would be faster to take the subway down, and I got a sick passenger on the train ahead of me, and I got stuck between 34th and 28th, and I couldn't get off. So I'm so sorry. I was like, please don't leave, Vic. Or V. Please don't leave, V. Please. So I'm glad you stayed.
No, honestly, I was late too. I was in a cab. The driver, I don't know where he was from, but the AC was broken. The left window didn't roll down. I'm sorry, I probably look like a mess. I'm not a mess. I'm ready to talk. If you're ready to talk. And I think we should just be adults about this. And I'm not saying that I don't want to do the lawyer, because this does not negate that, and I want you to understand that.
All right, V. All right, just relax. Why don't we sit down first? Sit down, and we'll talk. And he sits down across from you, and he's got this little set of chess pieces that he pulls out of a bag, and he sets it on the table. And he breathes for a second, and then looks up and across at you, and takes his hand off the case, and just says, "You go first."
Me go first.
Well, you said you want to talk, so I want to talk too, but I'll go if you don't want to go.
What do you want out of this, Christopher? Because I have told you that I don't think we can make it work. And I know you say you're trying, and I know you said in your note, which was very sweet, but maybe delivered in a weird way. I mean, you can just ring my doorbell. You don't have to break into my apartment. You don't have to leave me weird packages.
I mean, break in your apartment. I didn't break in your apartment. I just didn't want to get tripped up, you know. And I'm worried about the same thing now, so. Look.
What do you mean you're worried about the same thing?
I'm worried about not saying it right. Saying what I want to say. Getting it out right without screwing it up.
Okay, let me say something before you say it then. I love you, Christopher. I love you so much. And I hope that you love me with the same love that I love you with, because that means that you would want the best for me.
Well, that's a good start then, because that's exactly why I'm here. I'm here because I want the best for you. And I appreciate you saying that you love me, but I gotta be honest with you, V. I think you're holding back. I think you're not being honest with me. You can love me, but you're not being honest with me. Something's going on with you, and you're keeping it to yourself. And it's scaring me. I mean, I tried to say in the note that if you don't bring me in, I can't help you. And that's what I'm here for. I mean, I know that you are the queen of the world, that you can take on the whole world by yourself. You don't need any help from anybody, and I get it. But we all need a little help sometimes. We all need a little backup. And that's what I am to you, unquestioningly, at all times. Whenever you need it, I'm there. But if you keep, I don't know, whatever you're wrapped up in, it's changing you. And you're not letting me in. And I can't help you if you think you're protecting me. I could take care of... I'm just saying that I think if you split this off now, without being honest with me, or if you try to, I'm gonna make it tough. But if you're just honest with me and tell me what's going on, I'll sign, because at least I'll know.
When I was going through it and having a really difficult time with my sobriety, you told me that you were going to be there for me. And I don't know if you remember, you probably don't, but you said the same exact thing, that you were going to be my backup. And you weren't there for me, Christopher. You weren't there for me in the way that I needed you to be. I can't rely on people who are not there for me. And you say that I don't let you in. I don't know what else you want from me.
I just want you to be honest. I'm out here trying. I'm trying, V. I'm trying to be better. I know it was hard for me when you went sober, and I fucked up. I know that. But this is different. This isn't sobriety. I just don't feel like you're safe. I don't feel like you're taking care of yourself, and I feel like you're cutting everybody out.
Why? Because I'm working hard? Because I got a promotion? Is this a jealousy thing? You never liked that I entered the poster. Don't start with me, because you never respected my job. So what? If I'm working too hard, tell me. If I'm not home enough, tell me. Because if that's the issue, I can't change, Christopher.
All right.
Sorry, I don't want to yell at you. It's hot out. I don't want to fight with you. I didn't come here to fight with you. I wanted to hear you out.
I just don't think you understand what it means if you pull the final plug on this thing. That's it. Then it's over and you're on your own. And it's not that you can't survive on your own, V. It's that you shouldn't have to.
All right. I will postpone the meeting with the lawyer, but then we both have to prove it to each other, okay?
Okay, that is all I'm asking.
Okay. You wanna get a slice Saturday or something? We can talk. We don't have to come here. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. We could just, walk along the water or something on the west side.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. That's all I ask. But we'll just talk. We'll keep it open, and we'll see where it goes.
I'm sorry you brought your pieces. I can't play today. I thought I would have more time, but I got to get back to the office.
Are you sure everything's all right with work?
Yeah, I mean, no. There's a lot of mail theft going on, but other than that, I mean, are you okay? Are you okay at work? You haven't told me about any cases you're on, but I mean, I care. I want to know.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. It's a little intense, It's just kind of changing management, and I got this asshole breathing down my neck about shit that's not his business, and I just the same shit. Well, let's talk about it on Saturday. How about that?
Yeah, and you could tell me. It goes two ways, where you can tell me things too, and I want to know them, and I want you to be honest with me, and yeah, let's talk about it Saturday.
All right, how about 10 o'clock Saturday? We'll go in the morning.
Yeah, wait. 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
For a slice?
Before it's too hot.
Why don't we do it later in the day when it gets cool?
All right. Well, you tell me.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll just call you.
All right. I gotta go. Bye. And he gets up and goes.
Bottle cap.
Nice work, Sid.
Bottle cap.
Nice work.
Good job,
I
Joe.
ship Chris
Well done.
and Vicki. I totally ship you guys.
You can totally see the relationship. I was like, why do you want to have a slice that early?
They're gonna have a slice. It's gonna be so
Yeah,
sweet.
we'll go
Marriage not work.
We'll go at 10 a.m.
Metagaming wise, I did that on purpose to try to double book you. Because you're booked at 10 o'clock on Saturday for the New York Public Library, children's reading. Remember?
Right.
So I would be like, how awesome would it be if you were like, shit, I promised 2 people I'd be there. I gotta roll dice. So actually, before we leave this scene, retroactively, I do want you to roll, I meant to say this while you were in the cab, I do want you to roll psychotherapy on Lewis, because you said you were going through all of this, how does someone get to here and this psychotic kind of behavior. So give me a
let's see.
psychotherapy roll and tell me what you get.
55 over 50.
Okay. Then that's a fumble. So yeah, it really is just a continual kind of mystery to you. You're like, well, how does someone come to be this way? And what does it mean that he's connecting with you in some way about the dreams or the night or whatever it is? Okay, let's cut over to Neil, and we'll cut over to Neil getting back to his apartment, and Neil getting back to his apartment, and I can kind of move this along pretty quick in that, Neil, you drop off this stuff and call the hotel in Providence, and they ring you through to Fran's room, and it just rings and rings and rings and rings. And you're just not able to get her.
Okay. I think, so Joe, I'm thinking that I want to go up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go find her.
Okay.
Does that not fit in with your plans?
No, I don't. You can do it if you want, but I just want to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. It's a very extreme move, and you have to make sure that, like, you know, if Neil is this aware of what that book means and that play means, then similarly, you would, I think, be terrified about the group as well and what they're dealing with right now, and they don't know if you're the only one that knows. So there's just that. I'm just trying to wrap around the reality of you knowing what this thing could do, and you can totally prioritize your friends over the Delta Green group. Like, that's your bonds. That makes total sense, and you could do that. You could go up there, but it would be a big divergent part of the adventure. Like, you would not be in this, part. It's up to you. We can go both ways.
Okay, so that's the thing, is, like, I think he does see it as critically important that he be able to talk to her. And better in person than not. But yeah, I don't think he doesn't want to abandon the rest of the mission at this point either, and the rest of the people on the mission. So, especially
because there's, like I said, there's a good chance that they don't know what they're getting into, and you do. Like, you all of a sudden now have this. You're both making breaks in the case at the same time, but neither of you realizes it.
Right. So do we have a meetup? We don't have a meetup, like, all together scheduled right now, do we?
No.
I don't think we do, no.
So just tell me your plan. They have pagers. You could page.
I want to... Okay, so I would love to get everyone together at a coffee shop or something today or tonight, just to, like, debrief everybody.
Okay.
That's the immediate thing. And then he's still, and then he just somehow wants to, like, find Fran and get in touch with her.
Okay. So how about from home? Can you just start paging?
Just start paging people from home.
Everybody. All right, let's go then to the bar.
Okay. Coffee shop.
No. Sorry. No, this is the bar that we come in on, Bobby and Roger Cumstone.
Yeah.
Walking into an establishment. What establishment is this? Is it, you going Irish pub here? Are you going trendy New York bar? Are you going Watering Hole? Are you going margaritas and Taco Tuesday, Taco
Molly
Thursday?
McGuire's.
Yeah.
yeah. We're going like Irish pub. Like, we're not fancy about it. We're just trying to get the job done.
Say there's a place called Molly Malloy's.
Molly Malloy's.
31st and, we're on the east side, 31st and 2nd Ave. Molly Malloy's.
Molly Malloy's. Belly up to the bar. Order 2 shots, 2 beers. We got a quiet corner at the bar. Being Messiah. We're just going at it.
Roger's just sitting there. He's got a cocktail napkin, and he is writing down words like Darabandi and what's this shitbird's name? Lewis Post. And he's just playing around with the letters and like pulling words out.
All right. After the first shot, Bobby says, okay, we need to get to City Hall. We need to find out what's going on with this building. And also, I have not gone back to the to my office to get the Pepto results, the results of that Pepto lab. That's something I got to do too.
Why are you called Makeshift?
Makeshift. Starts with an M. That's what I was told. We had to start with an M.
So there's no real meaning behind it.
Well, kind of alludes to my career and in the secret, in the clandestine services. I was known for putting together all kinds of amazing connections while investigating moles in my department. So they called me Makeshift. I came up with that myself. Something pretty lame. Yes, I don't have a lot of friends. Basically, is what I'm saying. You guys are probably the only people I've really spoken to more than a few minutes in several years now. So I spend a lot of time on my own at work.
Friends are overrated.
Yeah, that's how I see it. We're here to do a job. That's it. Not here to make friends. So spend a lot of time on my own. But listen, we got to get focused here. Bartender, 2 more shots.
Man, you two are speaking each other's language right now.
So what do you think's going on?
This is the weirdest, most strange investigation I've ever been a part of. I have no idea what's going on here.
Have you done a lot of these for a company?
The most, I spend most of my time in offices. I go through people's trash. I go through people's accounts. I'm a forensic guy. I'm not usually dealing with stuff like this. This is new to me. It's unsettling, to say the least. And yeah.
Can I tell you something unsettling?
Okay.
Roger drowns a shot, immediately grabs his pint of beer. This might sound a little crazy, but I have no memory of ever joining this organization.
You have no memory of joining Delta Green, or?
That's right. I just know I've always been a part of it, but I don't remember when it all started.
I don't know what you're telling me right now. Are you suffering from amnesia? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess you could say that. I've got certain holes in my memory.
How long have you known about this, and what do you think is causing this? What?
To be honest, I've just stopped questioning it. It's just become my reality. Not knowing. In a way, I think it's easier to work on cases like this, as I feel closer to the subject at hand.
Bobby reaches into a pocket, pulls out a little bottle of prescription pills, shakes it up a little bit, cracks it open, pops 2 in his hand. Bartender, let me get 2 more shots, please.
And you hear both of you, beep, 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 beep. Your pagers go off. You see it's the same number for you to call.
Should I call or should you?
Who is it? Who was calling us?
Looks like Mrema. Looks like Mrna's number.
I'll
get to a payphone.
I'll take care of it. Enjoy your pills and alcohol.
Bobby just starts grinding the pills on the bar.
Yeah, as soon as Roger's out of sight, he's grinding the pills into powder.
With like the blunt end of a combat knife.
God, this whole crew's so messed up. I love it.
Roger goes down the end. I imagine it's one of those really thin bars that just fits like the seats and one person behind it. So he sidles his way down. There's a payphone right outside the bathroom. He pulls out a quarter, slips it in, and dials the number on the pager.
Hello?
Is this Mrna?
Yeah, this is Mrna. Is this Messiah?
You got that right.
Yeah, okay, I should have known. Yeah, we need to get together. Who are you with?
I'm with Makeshift, but he's in bad shape.
Great. Okay, listen, we have to get together tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
All right. You should know that Vicki, or Agent Maybelline, whatever the fuck her name is. Hey, listen. Shut up.
Shut up, pause for edit.
You should know that Maybelline isn't right either. A little too emotional, if you ask me.
Okay.
She took off. Now Makeshift is doing rails.
Completely welcome news. Okay.
Just want to let you know everybody's head is a little all over the place, so you may not get everyone at their best.
Okay. Well, guess we'll all have something in common at least. I've got to call out to Maybelline too. So,
Good.
But I'm thinking Sally's coffee shop on the east side.
Sally's.
Yeah.
All right. What time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. All right. I think I can do that. I'll let Makeshift know.
Great. Okay.
See you later.
Bye. Click.
Okay. Let's go back to Vicki. You've left this meeting with Christopher 3:30, 3:40-ish. What do you do?
I make my way to work. On the way, I pick up a box of fancy French pastries, assorted pastries, and I get into work, immediately find Rebecca, and make peace with her because I'm late, like I didn't come in the morning. I walk in. Psst.
Oh. Where have you been?
Taps her long nails. There was a line. Look what I got.
You son of a bitch.
Come here. Which one do you want?
You know that I'm on a diet.
One little eclair is not going to hurt you.
Always want. It's always what? Just give it to me. So she'll take it. She bites the string around the box off, and then just pops the box open.
Vicki just smiles watching. Yeah, that's Rebecca. And she also gives Rebecca. Oh, go ahead.
They're busting my ass on this thing. They need your write-up. They need it today.
I got it.
It's done?
It's half done. I'm just gonna go.
Okay,
I was doing
finish
it last night.
fast.
Okay, yes, sorry. Okay, I'm on it. I will deliver it.
Beep, 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 beep. Your pager goes off.
All day. This is my life. I'll check in with you. And she makes her way out.
All right. She begins her second eclair.
Check the page.
In 8 seconds. And you see Agent Murnau's number.
She goes to her office and dials the number.
And we have the same exchange.
Yep.
And then
Hello?
what do you...
He's at my house. He's at my apartment. He picks up the phone.
I'm just going to crash with Myrna for a while. While I figure things out.
I block the number.
All right. What do you do at work? So first of all, you got to get this thing done, and you know you got to meet at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so she hunkers down, and she does start working on the report, but before she does that, she calls Phil's office, who does the forgeries and stuff, to check if he's there, because she dropped off the boarding pass, and the last time he was gone. So she's going to bring him.
Hello?
Hey, Phil, it's Vicki.
Oh, hey, I've been waiting for you. You should come down here.
Yeah, I'll be down. Are you feeling okay? I know you left early a few days ago. I was looking for you.
You should come down here. And he hangs up.
Oh. Shit. Okay. She picks her file that she's been working on, and brings it down with her. And just is like in the elevator, you know, like filling out some stuff, like looking at it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
Okay. You get to Phil's area, his territory, deeper digging on these papers and stuff like that. And he's there, and he's just like, come in here. And brings you in, closes the door. And he's just like, I was wondering when you were going to come in. Where did you get that thing?
What, the ticket?
The ticket, yeah.
Oh, it was just the test product. They're trying to see, you know, people are coming up with new technology for like scanning and like making multiple copies of things. So they were trying to see why are you so freaked out? You're looking at me like I've got 5 heads.
Why are you lying to me?
Phil,
is this on a case? He's like looking around.
I'm feeling some tense energy coming from you. It's on a case, but I can't talk to you about it. It's a closed case.
I don't understand what that means, but I'll tell you what I found, and I'll tell you why. Whatever they told you, whoever's telling you this is part of some tests, it's a lie. Look, come here. And he brings you over, and he sits you down, and he's got this ticket, right? And there's just like this bright light shining on it. And he's like, this thing it's a forgery. But it's not. All at the same time. All of my tests suggest that it's not a forgery, but it has to be. The paper stock is Weyerhaeuser, which is the contractor for United Airlines. I mean, it's the paper they use.
Okay.
They supply all of their tickets, and the info is lasered on, just like you'd expect. It's lasered by an enterprise printer. It's not lasered by a personal laser jet. It wouldn't be able to make the markings that this one does. So you're also talking about a major production facility made this, not a forgery. But then the year is wrong. That could be a misprint, but it's probably, you know, what makes it a forgery. I just don't understand why someone would go through so much trouble to make a ticket seem so real, and then mess up like so many obvious things, like, you know, misprint a year or over here, and he points to the flight number. He's like, this flight, this United flight, it doesn't exist. And this is why I get into the part where I don't know who's telling you what, but I got kind of obsessed with this thing, and I started calling around, and I got a hold of some United Airlines employees, and not only does this flight not exist, but I mean this branding, this letterhead, it's not. It's a whole other airline. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Whoever did this wrote United in a way that United's never done, and then paired it with Continental's brand.
I noticed that too.
They mixed the airlines.
Okay, here's what I think, and I wanted your professional opinion because you do great work, Phil. I mean, you're one of the best. You're better than me, to be honest. And I take pride in my forgeries and my keen eye, but I appreciate you looking at this and taking time. I think what they're looking for now is mass-produced forgeries. And not only mail forgeries, not only fraud, I think they're looking into counterfeits for mint counterfeits, mail counterfeits, anything that can be sold off. So we're talking about major ticket forgeries for venues, for airlines. And I think this was just a random practice one. But I think who they're looking for is somebody on the inside. Like you said, I noticed it too. Stock is correct. This was lasered in. This wasn't a personal printer. I think they're looking for people within a company or within a mint processing center who have access to these machines. But this one was created on purpose, is what I was told. This was a purposeful forgery done to analyze. And
why are you having me dig into it?
because I wanted to know what you thought. Sorry to make you go through the runaround. I didn't mean to drive you up a wall. That's why I wanted to come see you at the end of the day, but you left in such a rush I didn't get a hold of you.
Go ahead and roll. Let's get a roll here. Is it persuasion? I think persuasion.
Yeah, I'll try. It's not very high. Oh, it's gonna be over. I just rolled a 30, and now I have to roll 38 over 30.
Oh,
damn it! I keep getting these close, but they're fumbles.
Vic, look, we've always had a good relationship. I just don't know why you got to keep something from me. If you got a classified case or something, you know that I'm cleared for that stuff. I don't understand, and if you did, then that's fine. Just don't tell me, but don't make up a bunch of lies. Look, I know that this has got something to do. I don't know how, but I know this has got something to do maybe with this guy. I mean, I dug into it. It can't. It doesn't make any sense is all I'm saying. And you can see he's like a little ratty. Like your human is like telling you that this guy is like a little out of sorts about this. He's like, I just get obsessed with this thing. And so have you looked into this? And he points at the name Michael Whitwer. He's like,
no.
Have you done any trace searches on this? He's like, well, I went digging on this. I was up all night trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this thing, and so I start searching this name, and I search in Vegas, and I search in Boston, no hits of any consequence there, and then I get a hit in Lansing, Michigan, of a guy named Michael Whitwer, but it's a 15-year-old kid who's in high school. I highly doubt he's your kidnapper. So I'm just back at square one on this thing, and I can't wrap my head around it. And he's looking at you kind of desperately.
1995, but it's 25 in the ticket.
I'm sorry that I lied, Phil. I didn't mean to keep you in the dark. Sorry. I just had too much on my plate, and I threw something to you to take it off my plate, and I should have just done the work and looked at it.
Is this some sort of government thing?
Phil. Phil, back up. It's too close. You do this thing where you get so close to people. You're doing it again. Okay. And she looks around, kind of making like a big deal. Looks around. Come here. And she takes him in the back room, like a dark room or something. Phil, back up from me. Out. You're bumping my arms.
So she takes him into a back room, and she pulls out a combat knife. And we'll cut from that scene over.
She starts stabbing.
Starts crushing pills with the fireman.
Yeah.
Come back here. She takes him in the back room and...
Don't tell anyone. I'm looking into this for Christopher. It's federal, okay? And I was doing him a favor, and I was trying to keep it on the DL, but I had too much on my plate, and I threw it to you, and I shouldn't have done that because we're interfering with departments, we're interfering with agencies. It was unprofessional, and I don't mean to get you wrapped up in it, and I'm truly sorry. I should have been the one to take on the brunt work of this, and I I will take it back and I will do everything. I appreciate the work that you did, and it won't be swept under the rug. I'm going to report everything that you found. But this isn't for us, and I don't want you talking about it at the office, okay? I could get in a lot of fucking trouble, especially if Christopher finds out.
All right, roll persuade.
Can't I roll something else?
Good.
Well, you tell me. That to me makes the most sense. You're trying to persuade him not to say anything about you breaking the law and bringing him in on it.
No, my human is so high, though.
It sounded like a good save. They were bringing in the Chris thing. I think that's a good save.
Yeah.
No, I rolled a 31.
Oh, no.
Over 30.
Damn. That's how close it was.
But I failed the first one, but I don't add my 1 to it yet.
Not yet. That's coming soon. I haven't done it. I do it per day, so I believe. So, yeah, we're getting there. Shit. But he just says... He says, "Okay, Vic, you got it. I won't say anything."
She knows. No. She knows. With her high human, she's not a good liar, but she's got 80 in human.
How does she know? I don't even know.
She's got an 80 in human. I think she
just because you have an 80 doesn't mean you get all the answers all the time. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see about this.
Slap around, Vic.
46 under 80.
46 under 80. Okay. Let's do this. Like I said, I'm being honest with you guys. I don't even know. Let's do public luck roll. D100 on roll 20. 50 or under, he is going to talk to somebody about this. 51 or over, he won't. And you know the answer because of your successful roll. 62. So you get the sense with your roll that he's going to keep his mouth shut.
She sweetens the pot before leaving and taking the ticket, and she says,
"Take the ticket."
I take the ticket, and she says, "I got some fancy French pastries upstairs, just saying, in the break room. I'll talk to you later, Phil. All right." She takes the ticket. She leaves.
Okay, now I need you to roll a bureaucracy. Do you have bureaucracy?
Yeah.
I'm going to do bureaucracy for your work. So let's do bureaucracy at a -20 penalty because of taking so little time to do this work. And this roll is going to determine if you complete the project you needed to by 5 p.m.
Wait, sorry. -20 mean I add 20 to my roll, or I -20 off my... I guess it doesn't matter.
Right, but you -20 off of your skill number.
Copy.
So you have to hit under it at a -20.
Ooh.
Oh, what's my barrel? Oh, wait, I'm still not going to hit it. Man, I suck. I got a 48 over 40 with the -20 off. I have a 60 bureaucracy.
Okay,
no.
so it was this conversation with Phil just took too long, and it has made you late for the project that was due. And you know you have to do this meeting at 7 p.m. So you can work through and get it done, but it's just going to be turned in basically the next morning, one a little bit off.
Yeah, I'm going to page and say, like, I'm going to be late. Don't wait to Mrema.
Okay. Well, no, you can make that. I'm saying you can make that. I'm just saying that you're not going to be able, like, you had a 5 p.m. deadline. You're just not, you're going to miss it, but it'll be done before you go to the 7 o'clock meeting.
Copy. Then, I just keep working and it's late.
So, yeah, what we're worried about here is like pissing off your coworkers, and then people start looking into why you're not around. Like that's, it's people start asking questions you don't want them to ask. That's what that bureaucracy rolls for. All right. Is everybody cool if we go to 7 p.m. To the meetup? Okay.
Yeah. I want to know.
Let's go to the meetup. We meet up at Sally's coffee shop on the east side, 7 o'clock. It's a little late, but Sally's is known for being open late for a coffee shop, on the later side. And you guys all arrive. I'll say you all get there, and you're all kind of there at the same time. You're not late, Vicki. So, Neil, you called this meeting. I'll kick it to you first.
Hi. So, a little bit of news on my front. I tried to track down a friend of mine. I think she might have some relevant information to what's going on. Have any of you heard of a play titled The King in Yellow?
Can we roll like knowledge on it? I don't think Vicki would, but
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
think I'm
Yeah,
not a big
but
play
it would
guy.
be art. It would be art theater, art playwriting, art something. It would be like an art skill if you have an art skill.
Yeah.
I have art
0.
forgery.
I only
No.
watch Chuck Norris movies.
Was this play mentioned in Invasion USA, perchance?
Or maybe Delta Force.
Delta Force.
So I'll just say no.
Okay.
So sorry, but you have just heard of it. Lewis Post said it to
Oh,
you.
right.
So
Yes.
you might have not known what it
right.
meant, but he said it. I'll leave it to you.
This
we bring that up.
wackadoo we questioned back at the apartment building mentioned this play. Why?
And he like takes a drag off of his prop cigarette. That's and he's like shaking a little bit now. He's just like, that's interesting. I don't know a lot about the play itself. It has a very odd reputation within art circles. It strikes me as the kind of thing, if it were real, and if you say it was last performed in like the 1930s or something, this seems like a very like Weimar Republic kind of thing, like the last days of sort of German freedom, before the Nazis took over. This seems like the kind of thing that would be a great setting for this to have been maybe performed last, But apparently, this play, whatever it's about, if you see it performed, it will drive you insane. It sounds silly, I know, but I have my friend, the Van Fitz woman. She apparently had a copy of this play. I'm trying to track down my friend. She wrote the story. See if she has any more information about it. And there is one other little tidbit here, and he pulls out a little stack of Polaroids from his jacket vest pocket, and he pulls one out. It's a Polaroid of the painting. And he passes it to whoever's on his Cumstone. Like he passes it to Cumstone to pass around the table.
And what is the painting of again?
It is.
This is Darabandi, right? Or-
No. It's our meeting in
Washington
Square
Square.
Park. Clown
with
and all.
the-
So
that's right.
Cumstone, as soon as you grab it, you see the fountain, the dancers, and the clown in the foreground. Summer day, Washington Square Park.
Did you paint this? It's beautiful.
Thank you. No, this was painted by our friend Abigail. As a matter of fact,
When?
before she disappeared about a year ago, right?
November 94.
November 1994.
And yet, we just had this meeting a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Drops
What?
the Polaroid.
What?
What is that in the painting, Mrema?
Points at like the smudges. It's just like, does that look familiar?
Is that us?
Seems like it to me. And I didn't. Who saw the clown? Did we all see the clown?
Only
Nice.
Cumstone.
I'm so.
Okay.
Only Messiah.
Bobby reaches into a pocket, pulls out another bottle of pills, and pops two.
Self-medicating.
He's just no liquid to wash it down. He just takes it.
Starts chewing them like people that take pills on TV. Just starts chewing them.
I should also say, Neil, as you put this picture down in front of them, you're examining it as well as they're looking at it. And something... So, do you remember I said over the clown there was like a little swoosh, a little smudge, little wave, a little like vanilla rose swipe. This is a very small representation of it, but you swear that little dash over the clown is in a different place. Like still over the clown, but like it's going another direction.
Oh, it's different than when I took the picture?
Mm-hmm. You're not sure if you saw it, but it seems like it's in a slightly different position.
Okay. He doesn't say anything about that. Just not sure if he's like going just wrong.
Right.
But that makes him even more nervous. So, how was your day?
Not good. Remember the plane ticket?
Mm-hmm.
I ran it through all of our forgery detections with one of our best guys, and he is so freaked out that I'm worried that he's going to talk to somebody because it's not a forgery. It should be a forgery, but it's not a forgery. But here's the weird thing. The date is in the future, yeah, we know, but the logo design for United Airlines is not their current logo or design. It's not the same font, it's not the same anything. But he couldn't detect a single thing actually wrong with the ticket. I have no idea. I don't blame him for being freaked out, but I can't bring more shit to work. I just can't. It's too dangerous.
What about the name on the ticket?
So it's somebody. They don't live in Boston or Arizona, but they live in Michigan, and apparently it's a 15-year-old kid. So I don't know what that really tells us. I don't think he's the mastermind behind it.
There's only one Michael Whitwer?
That's what my guy said. I'll run it through my database. I didn't have time, but I mean, I trust my guy who looked into this.
Well, if it's this kid, he's 15 now. How old will he be in 2015?
25. 35. Sorry, I misheard you. I thought you said 205.
I thought he said that too.
Thank you,
I
my
thought he
dad.
said 205. You cold or something?
5.
You went to, yeah.
Is it hot in here?
Anyway, yeah, he'd be 30, but like, what does that mean? Should we go fly to Wisconsin or Michigan and look up this kid? I mean,
Maybe.
I don't.
Are you willing to go the extra mile, Agent Maybelline?
It's many miles. It's pretty far. I would have to take off work, so I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know this was your side hobby.
I'm sorry. Do you have a job? You don't seem to have to be anywhere. Okay.
We knocked on one of the doors, and a gentleman by the name of Lewis Post answered. Going to his apartment. He's an artist, like Abigail. Place is a mess. I start poking around, and I find milk and eggs. Months old. Smell it. It smells completely fine. So we ask the gentleman what's going on. And he is speaking in a way as if Abigail is still alive and she's just upstairs somewhere else.
Curious. Would I know the name Lewis Post? Would that ring a bell for me?
Yeah, you guys all talked about his name. No, you guys talked about his name around the bar before, as Vicki went through like all of the residents of the building. I think you were at the Patriot, and she sort of talked through the residents of the building.
And
there were just 4 of them.
The play that Roger found, so his name was in it. Yeah.
Oh. But would he be a prolific enough artist that I would know him from his work previous to this at all, or no?
I think it's a die roll, but I think it's a low shot. So just because you're not in that business, just do a luck roll with like a 20% chance.
Okay.
See if you've heard his name.
24. So no.
Yeah.
No.
His work sucked.
Okay.
More importantly, though, I got to talking to him, and he said that Abigail was still in the building, that she's on the 12th floor, and Agent Messiah said, there's only 4 floors, but he said, not at night. We got to go back at night.
Like right now.
Like
Tonight.
right now. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
All right, Bobby interrupts. Okay, does anybody else feel like this is absolutely Looney Tunes right now? We're talking about a plane ticket from the future. We're talking about a painting from the past of the future. And we're talking about a building that only exists at night. What's going on? Bobby pulls out a flask from his jacket, pours a little bit of that into his coffee. All right, like, can we just get some perspective on this?
Murnau is looking at Bobby in the state that he's in now with the pharmacologist's doctor's eye, and it's like, Makeshift, are you feeling okay?
I'll be fine. I'm just assessing the situation, trying to get a handle on where we're at, because none of this is making sense.
Okay. And yeah, he sees like his eyes, like just bloodshot, and just the drugs, whatever he's taking, and the alcohol, and he's for real concerned. But he's like, well, okay. Now this is odd, I grant you, but I think we have to recall who we're working for. We never know. It's hard to know what's true and what isn't. Because, as far as I know, anything's possible.
Okay, here's our question. If we go tonight, we go up to this 12th floor, what do we do if we find Abigail? I mean, how do we explain that? We have to secure the threat and make sure that nobody finds out. That is our most important mission.
I don't know. Fellas, any ideas?
We gotta bring her back. Odds are she either won't want to come back, or wherever this 12th floor is, she's being held against her will. But talking to this Post fella, it sounds like a choice. So it may be a little hard to convince her. What do they got there? It's so much better than what we got here.
Messiah, I assume you're familiar with Recon. I think tonight is Recon only. I don't think I have enough information to go off of to take Abigail at this moment. I don't know what is going on. We still don't know about, what's his name? Darabandi. I'm never going to get that. Darabandi. We still don't know about Darabandi. We don't know when he's from, what he has that is so compelling for these people in this building. Tell me your professional opinion, Messiah. I mean, I think tonight is Recon only. We take information, we see what's going on.
That's fine. That's fine if we start out that way. But oftentimes, Recon will force you to act. So you need to be ready. And frankly, Agent Makeshift, I think you should sit this one out.
That normally I wouldn't take a back seat, but I think in this case, yeah, that might be a good idea.
Agent Maybelline, are you sure you can handle this too?
I'm fine. I'm ready.
Murnau and I'll just check it out.
I think Makeshift, you should stay close by though. I mean, I don't like us being separated. I think maybe you stake it out outside the building. And I don't know, maybe something happens outside the building. I have no idea.
Yeah, outside. That sounds good. I can do that.
Okay. Who's paying for this?
You're the only one who got anything.
I just needed a 7 p.m. Boston cream. It's crashing.
I'm gonna get a coffee to go. I'll get yours. Anybody else need a coffee?
Yeah, I'll have an espresso.
Yeah,
actually.
I'll take a coffee. I could use a coffee.
Lemon twist.
All of a sudden, everybody comes forward. Haven't ordered anything the whole time. Vicky's like, I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Reaches pan. I'll take a double shot.
3. Okay, don't get
latte.
fancy. You're getting black coffee. 3 coffees to go, please.
And another Boston cream.
Okay.
All right, Vicki buys all this stuff, and my understanding is the plan is that the 3 of you are going to go in the building.
We're going to the building, yeah. I do want to do some like looking around the outside. Like, you know, some of those old New York buildings will have like established 1818 on the side. Like I kind of, now that we have all this new information, I want to do like a scope. And then go in and, I think we'll start with Abigail's apartment just to see if anything happens in her place at night. And then if not, we start listening around perhaps to see if we hear anything happening in any of these rooms. And then sort of last case is we break into some of these rooms and find out what's happening.
Okay. But you're all going together. Makeshift's not going to stay outside. Or he is.
We're going to keep him outside just to be safe.
I'm going to sleep it off. Because I'm pretty lit right now.
It's a good idea in case there is like a physical change in the building. At least he'll be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's communicate. Let's have like a walkie in there so I can just keep abreast. How about that?
Walkie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We could do that. Or
We'll go to shop at like a Army Navy store and get a...
Do we have walkies? We don't have walkies.
Yeah, there's that like Army Navy surplus store that used to be over on like 8th Avenue by Port Authority.
Yeah, right across the street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a headband there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right.
You guys all head to the building. It is now sundown, about 8 o'clock, 8:15-ish. It's getting dusky outside, and you walk over to 32nd Street and get to the front of the building, and it is unchanged from what it was before. And you enter the building and then enter Abigail's apartment. You enter Abigail's apartment, you look out the window, and there is still some... Oh, you know what? I forgot. You wanted to look around the building, so go ahead and roll a search, Roger.
Oh.
Okay. 98.
Oh God.
wow.
It's dark. God.
Can't find
Yeah,
it.
you don't see any markings other than the McAllister building over top of the entranceway. And there's nothing else that you see with that search. You guys walk in and go into Abigail's apartment. You can still see some residual light outside, but it is getting close to night. You don't notice anything at first that's different about her apartment, but everybody that's in there, go ahead and give me a search roll because there's still a bunch of stuff in here. So,
41 over 40. This is insane.
oh, jeez.
45 over 21.
Sorry, well, it's a plus 20 because of how many things have been
45
out. Oh, yeah, so you get it, Neil.
over 41.
And Vicki?
4 plus 20 in a good way, right?
Yes.
Yes, plus 20 in a good way, yeah, because there's a lot
40
less stuff here now.
44 under 71.
Oh, that's a crit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Critical.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that is a crit. Okay. So as you are looking through the apartment, Neil, you're just looking around and you see something that you did not see before, and you're not sure how you wouldn't have, because it's right there. It's kind of right on top of things. There is a symbol. Looks like an occult symbol. There's like a, it was mentioned that there was one in the picture, and you guys found one. And you pulled it off the wall, and it made a whole wah sound, and that's the same time that appeared to be homeless person with a snake around their neck walked across, and Vicki got a picture of the cab driver and everything. Perhaps that was the occult symbol that was seen by the FBI agent who was also a member of ACEL in Washington and sent this over. But there's another symbol, and you're wondering now if maybe that was the symbol that was caught in the photograph, and how could you have missed it? I just threw it on the evidence board. That's what it looks like. And it draws you in, Neil.
Is that the yellow sign?
It's over to the right side.
It's
Is it the yellow sign?
I don't know.
Dude, would I know?
It's different from the yellow sign that I've seen, but that doesn't mean it's not it.
Yes, I will say Neil does not know.
Okay.
But you are definitely drawn by it.
Okay. Yeah, he walks over to it and he's just like, kids, come here. And he's pointing at it.
Okay. And you guys walk up, so you walk up, and this thing is on the wall in such an obvious position. It doesn't make any sense that it wasn't identified before. It would have been one of the front things in a photograph of the state of the apartment. As the three of you are all looking at it, everybody roll a sanity check.
You're trying to roll under your current, right?
Yes, under your current.
It's a fail.
Oh, no.
80 over 67.
Oh.
Oh dear.
31 under 57.
Okay.
27 under 63.
Okay. So, Roger, you take 3 points of sanity damage.
I am approaching my breaking point.
Oh no.
This is indeed the yellow sign.
Oh.
From a metagame perspective, now your players don't know any attachment to it, but Roger, you just look at this symbol on a piece of paper, and it does something to you. What do you think it does?
I would say he sees it, and he's been so adamant about not taking things off the walls. He just reaches out towards it and rips it down from the wall. He's just like, no!
Rips it off of the wall. And he's just standing there, breathing.
I'm just looking at him. You okay there,
there's-
Messiah?
Yeah, it's just something in this symbol. Just reminded me of something. I didn't like it.
Maybelline turns toward Murdow and under her breath is like, I thought we weren't supposed to take anything off the walls. Now we can take stuff off the walls? What is going on?
He's kind of waving off. It's like, just let him be. He could kill us all.
It is definitely an occult symbol, though, and your reaction to it, Roger, I think would also lend to a certain... You don't want anyone else finding this, right? If you're focusing on Delta Green objectives. So whatever you want to do with it.
I have a 21 in occult. As I start to calm down, can I just start going through my brain to see if this rings any bell?
Sure.
Very low chance here, but 57. At least I get the check mark.
It doesn't ring a bell, but you do get the check mark. Vicki, once this situation kind of calms down a little bit, and just as you guys can't see it, but just maybe Makeshift can, as he looks to the west on 32nd Street, maybe he can see the last vestiges of the sun disappearing below the horizon. And we just check in with him, and he's sobering up with a paper cup of coffee, sitting on the steps out front. We come back in, and Vicki, you are rummaging around in the few things that are left, and you find a rolled up, folded many times piece of brown paper that is, you start unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. And then you see this. Oh, sorry. Again, if you look to your evidence board.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, the night floors.
Oh my God.
And as the sun goes down and she's looking at this, she flips on the house lights, the apartment's lights, and she just goes, "Oh my God. Look at this."
It is a hand-drawn map that looks like a blueprint of the building, floor by floor, with notes on what is on these floors, and then written in red,
God.
all the way at the top, is the term night floors.
Okay. This is bad.
And that's when you realize, all of you, that all of the notices that Bobby has been talking about, all of the things that he saw in Lewis Post's apartment and in Abigail's mailbox, all made it very clear that all of their electricity had been shut off. And as you flipped that switch and put the light on, the light came on as if there was no problem in the building. And we'll pick it up there next time.
Oh my God.
Get on the night floor.
I'm so glad he's outside right now.
Yeah, we have to cut away. There's too much on this map for you to dig into. It's going to be...
Jeez.
You guys got some work to do next week. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Good night, floors.
Good night, floors.